Terrifying new twist on an old scam. A Montana mother says she spent 15 minutes believing her daughter was being held at gunpoint after answering a call that looked and sounded like it came from her child. And now she's speaking out as law enforcement warns AI is making these scams harder than ever to spot. NBC Montana's Bowen West reports.
In Missoula, a normal workday at home became a mother's worst nightmare. Chris Sampson says her cell phone lit up with a call from her adult daughter in Helena.
I have a certain ringtone for her. It was the color scheme, it was her picture, everything.
When she answered, she heard hysterical sobbing, a voice she was sure was her child. Then a man came on the line, threatening to hurt her daughter if Sampson didn't do exactly what he said.
And there's no doubt it was her voice. I mean, it was her. So immediately, I think you go into a parent fear response.
For about 15 minutes, she says, he demanded money, hurled vile insults, and graphically described how he would hurt her daughter. In the background, she could still hear that distinct crying. As the caller hung up and dialed back, Sampson and her sister called 911, then were directed to Helena. Police raced to her daughter's office while Sampson frantically dialed family. When her daughter didn't answer her desk, she says her fear went through the roof. Only after calling the main office did she hear her daughter was there. She just stepped away from her desk.
And those calls aren't on my recent calls.
Really?
I have the one where I actually got to her.
The calls stopped. Investigators later told the family it was almost certainly a high-tech spoofing scam using personal data and clips of her daughter's voice. The FBI says internet-enabled crimes like phishing, spoofing, and extortion are surging, and officials warn AI voice cloning and fake caller ID are driving a new wave of virtual kidnapping scams.
I guess this is a thing now. They can download voices from voicemail and or social media, and they can make it, and it's strange as a parent, you know the difference between a hungry cry, a heartbroken cry. This was her scared cry.
Sampson's family now has a private code word only they know. Authorities urge every family to do the same. Hang up on calls like this, try your loved one directly, and if you still fear real danger, call 911. Sampson said the call was one of the most terrifying experiences of her life, and says she's speaking out so the next terrifying call someone gets doesn't work.
Just to know those things, it isn't an unknown number that comes up, it isn't a generic cry. It was very real, felt very, very real.
Reporting in Missoula, Bowen West, NBC Montana.
100 researchers, scientists, and professors joined together to send a letter weighing in on proposed budget cuts to government organizations. They say over 100 faculty and 500 staff for the University of Montana are at risk of losing their jobs. NBC Montana's investigative reporter Bowen West spoke with professionals on the ripple effect that could play out.
The National Institute of Health, the National Science Foundation, and more are on the chopping block as part of the Trump administration's efforts to shrink the federal government. If these cuts go through, billions of dollars worth of research funds will be gone. It's estimated 1/3 of the University of Montana's revenue comes from these sources.
We're talking about dismantling the capacity of university systems to do science. It's that big a set of cuts that we're talking about.
Professionals say staff and students won't be the only ones to feel the repercussions. Research done through the university helps fight forest fires and provide medical support to rural communities, just to name a few of the accomplishments.
Those kinds of advances, I think, matter to all Montanans, and the way that we make those advances is through science. And the university system in Montana is the place where that science is centered and done, and even more important than that, it's where we train the scientists that are going to do it tomorrow.
They argued the United States will no longer be a global leader in the sciences without support. It's not just the staff worried. Students are uneasy about their future and where they'll go for learning.
And we want to make sure that that University of Montana becomes and still is the place where students can come for the best education in the state of Montana.
Earlier this year, the University of Montana defended its Research One status, title given to top-tier research and doctorate granting institutions. Pulling funds would cause a chain reaction, starting in Montana labs.
Even a short interruption of disrupting that chain is going to have long-term consequences on just all of the good things that come out of doing research.
U.S. Congress has until March 14th to decide the nation's budget. We're going to continue following this story and let you know how it impacts the state. Reporting at the University of Montana, Bowen West, NBC Montana. After a week-long search, authorities announced that at 2 p.m. on August 8th, they finally apprehended Michael Paul Brown.
We had some tips come in, verified where we were, and we were able to move really quickly and get our suspect apprehended. So it's a great day for Montana. It's a great day for Anaconda. I hope you folks sleep well.
Law enforcement was tight-lipped during the press conference, but they did say that Brown is currently being held at the Butte Silverbow Detention Center. We're going to continue following this story, and we will give you the latest updates on air and online. Reporting in Anaconda, Bowen West, NBC Montana.